Hey everyone, welcome to the Glow Grow Goal channel, your go-to channel for personal development and life transformation. Have you ever found yourself in a situation where you needed to persuade someone, but the conversation turned into a conflict? What if you could turn those tense moments into opportunities for connection and understanding? Today, we're diving deep into Dale Carnegie's classic book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, focusing specifically on how we can persuade others without conflict. We'll explore key principles from this section, including how to avoid arguments, the importance of respect, and effective communication techniques. By the end of this video, you'll be equipped with practical strategies to help you navigate conversations more effectively. Let's go through the following simple and effective principles on how to persuade others without conflict. Number 1. You can't win an argument. This may sound counterintuitive, but even if you manage to win an argument, you often lose goodwill. Engaging in an argument risks alienating the other person and making them defensive. Instead of persuading them, you may end up pushing them further away from your viewpoint. For instance, you and your colleague are discussing a project approach. You believe in a more traditional method, while your colleague advocates for a new technology. If you insist on your method and argue aggressively, your colleague may feel belittled and less inclined to collaborate. However, if you acknowledge their perspective and ask questions about their approach, you can have a constructive dialogue that leads to a solution that incorporates both ideas. Focusing on dialogue rather than debate creates an environment conducive to collaboration and mutual respect. Number 2. Criticizing, condemning, or complaining about others only breeds resentment. Instead of fostering understanding, these actions create barriers. This is rooted in human psychology. People want to feel valued and respected. Criticism not only hurts their feelings but also makes them less likely to listen to your viewpoint. Say you're giving feedback to a friend about their presentation. Instead of saying, "You need to stop making so many mistakes," try saying, "I appreciate your hard work, but I've noticed a few areas where we can improve." This approach acknowledges their efforts while gently guiding them toward improvement. Using diplomacy in your conversations and validating others' feelings lays the groundwork for a more constructive dialogue, making it easier to persuade them later. Number 3. If you realize you've made a mistake, it's crucial to admit it quickly and with enthusiasm. This honesty not only clears the air but also enhances your credibility. Admitting mistakes can be challenging, but it demonstrates integrity. When you acknowledge your faults, you show that you value the relationship more than being right, and this openness encourages others to reciprocate, fostering an atmosphere of trust. Imagine you misjudged a project timeline at work. Instead of deflecting blame, you say, "I underestimated the time required for this project, and I apologize for any confusion it caused." This admission builds trust and encourages your team to be honest about their challenges. By being transparent about your errors, you create an environment where everyone feels comfortable admitting their mistakes, which is essential for effective persuasion. Number 4. Carnegie famously stated, "A drop of honey catches more flies than a gallon of gall." This saying illustrates that a friendly approach is far more effective than a confrontational one. A friendly demeanor can disarm even the most defensive individuals. When you approach someone with kindness, they are more likely to respond positively, even if the topic is contentious. For example, if you're trying to convince a friend to join you on a trip, instead of saying, "You should come with me," you might say, "I'd love for you to join. It would be so much fun to experience this together." This positive framing makes it easier for your friend to consider your invitation. Approaching discussions with a smile and a positive attitude creates an inviting atmosphere that encourages cooperation. Number 5. One effective way to persuade others is to get them to say, "yes," early in the conversation. This technique creates a sense of agreement and makes it easier to navigate more challenging topics later on. By starting with points of agreement, you create a foundation of trust and collaboration, which is often crucial in sales and negotiations. Say you're negotiating a salary increase. You might start by discussing your contributions to the team and agreeing on the importance of your role. By establishing this common ground, you can then introduce your request for a raise, making it easier for your manager to say yes. This method not only builds rapport but also sets a positive tone for the conversation. Number 6. When someone is upset, it's crucial to let them express their feelings without interruption. Listening patiently and with an open mind allows them to feel heard and understood. Active listening is a powerful tool in conflict resolution. When you give someone the space to express their concerns, it not only diffuses tension but also fosters a sense of mutual respect. For instance, if a customer is frustrated with a product, instead of interrupting or defending the company, listen attentively, allowing them to vent. After they feel heard, you can then address the issue more effectively, showing that you value their feedback. Practicing active listening and validating the other person's feelings creates a more collaborative atmosphere where persuasion becomes much easier. Number 7. Encouraging others to contribute to the conversation is vital for gaining cooperation. When you let the other person do most of the talking, they feel more invested in the discussion. People enjoy talking about themselves and their ideas. When you allow others to express their thoughts, you not only gain valuable insights but also make them feel valued. Imagine you're in a brainstorming session. Instead of dominating the conversation, you can say, "I'd love to hear your thoughts on this project." By inviting team members to share their ideas, you foster a sense of ownership and collaboration, making it easier to reach a consensus. This approach helps you gather diverse perspectives and encourages a team spirit that enhances cooperation. Number 8. One effective formula in conversations is to let the other person feel that the idea is theirs. This technique boosts their confidence and increases their commitment to the idea. When people feel that they have ownership over an idea, they are more likely to support it. This principle is rooted in psychological ownership, where individuals feel a sense of responsibility and attachment to their contributions. If you want to suggest a new marketing strategy, instead of saying, "I think we should do this," you might say, "What do you think about incorporating social media into our strategy?" By framing it as a question, you invite others to contribute to the idea, making them more likely to embrace it. This subtle shift in language can significantly enhance the likelihood of gaining their support. Number 9. When you appeal to others' sense of self-worth, you create a more persuasive argument. Recognizing someone's contributions and making them feel valued is essential in any interaction. People are motivated by their desire for recognition and appreciation. For example, if you're working with a team member who has put in extra effort, you might say, "I really appreciate how hard you've been working on this project." This acknowledgement boosts their confidence and encourages them to continue contributing positively. By making others feel important, you foster goodwill and increase the likelihood of persuading them to your point of view. Number 10. Appealing to nobler motives when trying to persuade others is also effective. Most people want to do what they believe is right, so framing your argument in a way that aligns with their values can be very persuasive. When you connect your ideas to someone's values, you create a more compelling case. This approach resonates with their sense of morality and responsibility, making them more likely to support your perspective. If you're trying to convince a colleague to adopt a more sustainable practice at work, you might say, "Implementing this change will help us do things more effectively and efficiently, which means we can finish our tasks earlier and have more time to spend with our loved ones." This appeal to their desire for work-life balance can motivate them to take action. By highlighting the positive impact of your proposal on their goals or values, you create a more persuasive argument. Number 11. Movies and TV shows often dramatize their ideas to capture attention, and you can apply this principle in your conversations as well. Using stories, analogies, or vivid imagery makes your points more engaging. Storytelling is a powerful tool in persuasion. When you tell a story, you create an emotional connection that can make your message more memorable and impactful. For instance, in a presentation about a new product, instead of listing features, you might share a story about a customer who benefited from the product. This narrative not only illustrates the product's value but also resonates with the audience on a personal level. By making your ideas memorable through storytelling, you enhance their impact and increase the likelihood of acceptance. Number 12. When nothing else works, throwing down a challenge can be effective. This can be particularly useful in competitive environments. By challenging the other person to prove their point or to take action, you engage their competitive spirit. Challenges can motivate people to rise to the occasion. This principle taps into the human desire to prove oneself and can lead to positive outcomes when framed correctly. Say you're in a sales team meeting. You might say, I challenge each of you to bring in at least 3 new clients this month. This challenge not only motivates the team but also fosters a sense of camaraderie as they work together to achieve the goal. By using challenges to motivate and inspire action, you can turn a potentially confrontational discussion into a collaborative effort to achieve a common goal. In conclusion, persuading others without conflict is not only possible but essential for maintaining healthy relationships. By applying these 12 principles from the book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, you can navigate conversations with grace and effectiveness. Remember, the key is to approach discussions with respect, empathy, and a genuine desire to understand the other person's perspective. Have you ever used these techniques in your conversations? What strategies have worked for you? Share your thoughts and insights in the comments below. And if you found value in this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more insightful content. Thank you.